Hello and welcome back to the HUD Gaming. We're here with Heads Up episode number 13. It's June 21st and it is 1:31 p.m. I'm Mark Acevedo.
I'm Joel Torres, aka Joey with the Biz.
And my thing fell apart. We're fine. We're going to keep going.
God,
everything on my desk just fell over, but that's okay.
Wow.
We've got Justin in the studio with us here today.
We got Dusty Justin bringing in the dust.
Everything should sound nice and crisp because we've got our actual producer in here.
And except half of that shit just all fell off here.
That's okay, though.
That's fine.
If you're listening to this on YouTube, or this is your first time, or if you enjoy the podcast, you can go ahead and click the like button, or you can subscribe if you're new here, and you can click that bell to be notified whenever videos come out. But this week, there's not a whole lot of news. Obviously, since it's the week after E3, it's a shorter week. Not a lot has been happening, but 2 games came out this week that are kind of exciting, and then 2 other games came out that are kind of mediocre.
It's like the Sunday after a weekend-long bender, you know? You just wake up in a daze, and you're just like, what happened? And you don't really know what happened.
Yeah. But, I mean, I don't have those.
Oh, you don't know what that's like?
I don't wake up on, benders not knowing who I am, what's my name.
Single life is fun, Mark.
I normally wake up okay, you know? I go to sleep okay, I wake up okay.
You want to just be okay? You don't want to live on the edge a little bit?
I don't think I've been hungover in a while. Like, even when you drink, you probably wake up fine, right?
Yeah.
The benders are strong.
I mean, that was fun. Actually, you know what? From the concert we went on.
Yeah, but you had, you were okay with that?
I was okay with that, but then when I woke up, I was fine when I woke up, and then I was like, good. I went to work and stuff, and then when I started moving at work, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, you had 6 or 7 shots of Tanqueray.
Damn, son.
Which is a lot.
Oh shit, yeah, I forgot I went to got that other double.
Yeah. And I just I was done with mine, so I gave you mine.
And I took some of Brandon.
And I put some in your drink for you, so you're definitely having a good night.
You don't remember that part. To be honest, when you sent me those pictures this morning, I was like, I wanted to see pictures of the concert. I was like, fuck, I forgot me and Brandon took pictures.
Oh yeah, I just have to send those, yeah.
That was at the end, right?
Yeah, that was before we left the show, and I was like, oh, my car's getting jacked.
Wait, so I don't even look that hungover in those pictures, and I still look cute.
Yeah, so we went to.
I didn't know. I thought it was before actually.
We went to a concert on Wednesday night. We went to go see Hippocampus.
And opening with Indigo D'Souza, my new favorite rock band.
Yeah, they're all right, whatever.
But just saying that because Mark hates.
No, I don't hate them.
Whoa! We don't hate anybody.
They're just okay.
Yeah,
they're just okay. You know, for when you go to a concert, if you're there to see the main event and you're not aware that there's an opener, and then there's an opener, if they're good, it's great. But if they're not good, it's 45 to 50 minutes of you waiting, and it was really hot in there. I was fully sweating, and I had I had I went in there. I was wearing jeans.
I had a cute outfit.
If you don't wear jeans, if you're wearing shorts, you're gonna get drinks spilled all over your legs, and you're gonna have sticky legs. You want sticky legs for other reasons, not because of the drinks.
Okay.
That's for the mysterious. That's for the mysterious women at night.
There was I had a 60-year-old mom next to me since it was an all ages show, so there's parents there too.
I mean, there's not an age limit. There's not
I know there's not an age limit.
Yeah, you said 60-year-old mom there was an age limit.
I know you're if you're 50, you can't get this.
But I'm saying because it's all ages, there's gonna be parents, so there's older people. That's what I mean.
That is true because that bald man walked by us, but
he was not bald.
He was fucking
so
bald.
there was a guy that
y'all don't take me. That's not disrespectful.
You didn't even like them. You listened to the first song and you're I don't like this soft music.
You say you didn't fucking like them, and are you paying for your own ticket? And also, you're gonna I'm drinking 7 shots of Tanqueray. I don't want you around me.
That's not true. You're more than welcome if you listen to the music.
I don't listen. I don't like them.
All right, so then we're not gonna take you.
Yeah, then fuck you. You're not coming.
If you don't like them, we're not gonna take you.
No, I'm not saying I don't like the concert. I'm saying I didn't like the
well, you find music that you like in a show that's coming up, and then you can go to that.
Him and Brandon can go to fucking the neighborhood.
I told you.
When is that?
It's in October, I think, in the House of
There's a lot of shows in October. There's 4 or 5
oh, shit.
that are gonna be good.
Really?
Yeah.
Indigo D'Souza?
No. There's a lot though. No, yeah, because we were leaving the show and we were leaving into the parking lot. I saw Honda Civic lights on and I was like, oh, I have a Honda Civic, but I parked in that same area and I was like, there's no other Honda Civics there. So we got a little bit closer and I saw the license plate and I freaked out because the car was on. So I ran up to it. Nobody was in the car, but I don't know how my car was on. Yeah. So it was either on for the whole show, which is 2 hours.
Wait, but how?
My car was on, running.
How is it turned on though?
I don't know. That's why I freaked out and I ran up to it.
Does your car does it need a key?
You can No, well, my car is a push start, but I can turn my car on from like my keys, like remote start or whatever. So I'm thinking like maybe when yeah, maybe I did it by accident. That's the only thing I could think of. Or somebody went in there and was like, I don't want this shit anyway, and then they left. Like that's also possible. They went in there, they looked at everything.
Was your doors unlocked?
My doors were not unlocked. My doors are often not locked though.
I mean, because who's gonna steal? You
can't.
Well, because also remember,
how can you steal modern day cars?
This is with your car too, right? When you walk up to it, the doors unlock.
No, they don't unlock. I gotta push the button.
Oh.
I don't have my car's 2015, not 20.
Mine they just unlock.
Sorry.
It's nice, but it also means that when I leave my car, it like is also unlocked a lot of the times. Because even if I lock it, if I like walk back for something, it'll unlock.
Like, here's Stanley.
But you can't drive it if the car can be on. If the key's too far away, you can't drive it. So
let's get to the real
anyway.
matter of this situation. Why the fuck was it so hot in that fucking arena?
Because it was sold out.
But like I thought
it was sold out, and there's not a lot of AC. They even had people come in and bring like little fans for us.
I didn't notice.
I mean, I didn't feel them. We weren't in the front, but they had them.
Dude, yeah, I was like, what the fuck? Why is it so fucking hot in here? I thought it was gonna be a little bit colder because I had a cuter outfit with.
If you wore a jacket, you would have been dead.
Yeah, I had my jean jacket.
I saw him going there with jeans and a jean jacket.
You only would if it's
that looks cool, but you're gonna like.
If it's a sold out show, you're gonna sweat.
Yeah,
that's like just a factor of it.
I had a great time.
I had a great time too.
I love sweaters.
It's your second concert ever.
I know. I was actually thinking about that. I like to use these podcasts as like indicators for like my life. The last week we actually had a pretty
okay, you talk about yourself.
No,
what?
time.
I just giggled. I didn't mean anything by it.
Yeah, that's just a timestamp. And I was like, oh fuck, the last week we did do a lot. We went to 2 concerts.
You got a tramp stamp?
Timestamp,
sign of the life going up.
Yeah.
But this is a video game podcast.
Yeah.
So
we should do a podcast about fucking like reviewing live bands. When we,
I mean,
once we have like millions of dollars and we can just fly all over the country and just be like, oh, we're gonna go review this live act and we'll go review that live act.
Yeah, that would be fun. I don't think there's a whole lot of people that do that.
That's what I'm saying.
Or I haven't seen that. That would be very expensive though.
Edit this shit out. This is our idea. Edit that shit out. I don't want nobody stealing that.
That's our idea.
Nah, you can leave that in there. I don't think you gotta have money to do that. Actually, that's
true.
You
don't have to have money.
To be traveling around and be like,
you just gotta
get into those places.
I'm following.
Get into those places. Those fucking concerts, like what? The Remo Drive was like $20-something, and this one was $30.
Okay, but you have to realize you're gonna be traveling.
You're gonna be you're gonna be spending money on drinks, travel, whatever. But the most of the thing is not really traveling. It's being in a city where there's a lot of shows. Like Orlando's actually not a bad city for shows. But if you want to go, like if you go to LA, there's shows of every genre, like all night, every night. And, and same thing in New York City.
I was looking actually at the venues and being like, is there any interesting people coming in? Because I like. No, really, I like concerts, and there's like nothing really.
Here?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's a couple of good shows over summer, but not a lot.
Like who?
I don't know, like Shawn Mendes is coming. Like I'm saying, not for us, but like for other people, like big concerts. Shawn Mendes.
Oh, like in
Cage the Elephant. Yeah.
Cage the Elephant's coming?
Cage the Elephant and Beck, but I think that's in St. Augustine or Tampa. But still, that like
I'll have to see that video.
St. Augustine, Tampa, and Orlando are all.
Elephant.
Yeah, I'd still go see them. Like all of those are like viable options to go to shows. I mean, in October, Jaden Smith and Tyler the Creator are going to be at UCF.
For real?
Yeah.
Can we get in that for free?
It's like I don't know. It's like I don't know. The tickets are like $27.
Oh, okay.
You could probably get it for free, but I might just buy it just to be sure because I would want to go to that.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's probably. I mean, Khalid I think is coming here too.
It's not Khalid. It's Khalid.
I think. I don't know.
You tell us out there, Khalid or Khalid.
Yeah. Spell it phonetically.
Yeah.
In the comments.
We got the Neighborhood coming in October.
Yeah. There's big shows. It's just it depends on like the kind of stuff that you like. Yeah. Like for me, there's not a concert for like 3 months that I'm interested in.
Shit.
There's still concerts going on.
Yeah, that you would want to go to, but like maybe, not one that you're like crazy
about.
Is
that Neighborhood one all ages?
Probably.
I don't know. Yeah, probably. Most of them are all if it's a band or if it has like kind of like a lighthearted appeal, then it's probably all ages. Most of the time 18 and up is more like a DJ like club kind of thing.
Okay.
But some bands do 18 and up shows. Like the first Remo Drive show I went to was 18 and up. It wasn't all ages. And that was really nice. People weren't going on stage.
Why that concert was really
and it was great, but they were only able to do that because it was a smaller venue, so they were able to sell it out.
It was at a pub too.
It was at a pub, but there's also multiple bands that were like bigger, so they were able to do that. Like the one we went to at the Abbey was like it was only like half full. Yeah. Really, it wasn't that packed.
I was upset. I hope they didn't feel bad about it.
They didn't feel bad about it. Because it's a bigger venue. They're probably still getting the same paycheck regardless. Because it's not like they're gonna. I'm sure they make a portion of the ticket sales, but it's probably the booking that gets them the most money. Like regardless of how many people buy tickets, the promoters have to like book it for them. I told the lead singer
Eric that I enjoyed the show, and that's all that matters. He knows that I like the show. So I like his music. But let's talk about the video game news, Mark.
So
What's
video
going on
game
there?
news.
This,
So we got
the
some-
bender. We're now entering the bender zone. It's a Sunday night. You're thinking about what am I going to do for the rest of the week, how to get through it, and what's stumbling across the internet.
What fantasies are going to keep you out of your sad life this week? So we've got in order from least importance to most importance. So first of all, we've got F1 2019 that came out today.
What is that?
It's an F1 game.
Oh, the racing game.
Yeah, it's
I
kind of
thought
like
you were
sports games. They
I
just have
thought I was
those going
having
on
like
all
a
the time.
stroke and you were like speaking like fucking code or something.
No.
F1 29 was like,
No, F1 2019. Judgment finally came out after the whole Coke thing that we've had multiple episodes on and stuff like that. That came out. There are reviews up for it. Most of the reviews are saying it's kind of like Yakuza, but there's now
different missions.
Yeah,
it's like
different
Ace
missions.
Attorney and Yakuza fucked and had a baby.
But they said that like the biggest complaint I've heard about it is that they don't really like the scenarios where you're like snooping around and discovering things because it feels too guided. It doesn't feel like you walk into an area and like you're really figuring out. It's kind of like easy to just figure out the situations, which I understand because it's in Kamurocho, same city as Yakuza, and the other biggest complaint I hear is that like Kamurocho is stale because it's in like 10 games, which I understand. I like the city, but there's only so much you can do. Because like if you put a blindfold on me, I can get my way around the city because we've played like 4
if I fucking
Yakuza
take you
games.
to Japan right now, take you to Kamurocho. Is that a real city?
I don't know. I always say it is, but I don't know.
I know that city is based on an actual city in Japan. I don't know if the actual name.
It might just be
Kamurocho.
based on one with like a little bit of a different name.
Yeah, maybe the name is different, but yeah, I know it's a real city, so I could take you right now to that city and fucking blindfold you and be like, let's go to the fucking bowling alley.
You blindfold me, I'll just become part of the Yakuza.
Exactly.
They'll accept me right away. So that's out. Judgment is PS4 exclusive, so that's out. And then Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled is out on Switch, Xbox, and PlayStation 4, which we're
CTR.
which we're probably all gonna
Wait,
pick
that's
up.
coming out Switch day and date with the other two?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh shit!
It should be out on all of them
What's it
now.
called? We'll check right now.
Yeah,
On my
go ahead
friendly
and pull it up there. And we'll go back to Crash Team Racing, but the most important release and the greatest name I've seen for a video game recently is Leisure Suit Larry, Wet Dreams Don't Dry.
Oh shit!
That is out
Leisure
today.
Shoot Larry.
Did you hear the name?
Yeah.
Leisure Suit Larry, Wet Dreams Don't Dry. That's an amazing name.
And this is like an adventure game, right? This is
Yeah,
actually an old
that's like-
series.
it's like a-
right. It's been around for years.
Yeah, it's
Leisure
like
Suit
a...
Larry. I can't say it because I'm stupid.
I'm forgetting the name of it.
It is day and date.
It's
with the
clicking
Switch.
something like puzzle game. Like I'm forgetting the name of it. Like the style of game, like Grim Fandango Remastered.
That's what I'm saying, like an
Day of the
adventure kind of
Tentacle.
game.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's out also on PS4, PC, and Switch, which is weird. That's
Yeah,
on
I know.
Nintendo Switch.
But yeah, Crash Team Racing is day and date with the Switch.
Yeah, Crash Team Racing is on everything.
I was just saying that because the original Crash remake was delayed, and we don't
Which
even
makes
have Spyro
sense.
on this.
Yeah.
So I thought it was going to be coming out afterwards, but that's good that it came out day and date.
It'll probably sell the best on PS4 anyway, though.
I
People
mean,
on
yeah,
Switch
'cause
are probably
it's
going
a
to stick with
PS4,
Mario Kart.
It's tied to the name brand.
Yeah. But that has online, which we've been hearing a lot about. It has a lot of load times, but that's kind of a small thing, and that'll be
And then,
fixed.
speaking about the online, we've been hearing recently that there's trouble afoot online.
With every launch game, too. This is
every-
developed
yeah.
by Beanox and produced by Activision.
Beanox. Did they
Beanox
make-
is the people who helped make Blackout.
Okay, yeah. I know that.
They
name.
were the
They're
studio-
support studio.
Yeah,
They
well,
basically
they're
make like maps and DLC.
yeah, the games that they made on their own primarily were the Amazing Spider-Man games, which were
shit. They were like, alright.
yeah. I never played them, but those were like their games, and then they started to become support for Call of Duty games, and then now they worked on this.
Yeah. So Crash Team Racing, as Mark said, with every launch game, it seems that players are disconnecting from matches,
Oh, I
and
didn't know
whoever's
that.
left ends up with the victory.
Oh, that's
So if
great.
you want to cheese some victories, just fucking get on there, make sure your internet connection's working, and hopefully you'll be the last one and you'll get a dub. And also, people are just disappearing off the tracks.
That's probably a good way to get through. Also, with every game now, I'm pretty sure it has a
Trophies.
tier system. I think, like to
Oh,
unlock
yeah.
all the cosmetics and stuff like that.
That's true.
And then they've also announced, not now, but starting soon, the way that they're going to do it is all of the releases are free for the game, and they'll be in kind of like, you could think of it like operations or seasons in like of other multiplayer games, because the way it'll happen is like a new character will come, a new map, and new cosmetics, and you'll be able to earn those. They're all for free, but
How many gigs is this game? I kind of wanted to download it. I forgot it came out today.
I don't know, but it's $39.99, so it's not full price, which is nice.
That is nice.
I'm not going to get it because I asked for it for my birthday. Because I could buy it
Who'd
today.
you ask it for?
I just
From
asked
Liz?
it, yeah, from Liz.
Okay.
Because
Like,
like,
who'd you ask?
it just because like if we're like gonna do gifts, I might as well give her something that's like 100% sure. Like I would buy that anyway.
Yeah.
Or I could just ask for it and I'll just get it then.
Oh shit. Okay.
So-
Mark Smart finessing this.
But
Fuck, your birthday's coming up, and your fucking birthday's coming up.
And that.
and your dad.
God.
Yeah.
Fuck.
It's expensive. Yeah, July's an expensive month.
Well, yeah. For
I'm gonna
me.
be getting a lot of gifts though, because what's it called? My anniversary's on the 5th too.
God damn.
So that's nice.
Lucky fuck.
Yeah, I'm
How does
getting
it feel?
nice and
How does it
spoiled.
feel to be in love, Mark? Tell us
That's
about
nice. That's nice.
it. Just by the way, while Mark's telling us all these games that are coming out, can you go on PlayStation.org, PlayStationTrophies.org? I want
All
to
of
see
these
CCR.
games that are coming out. That's everything now. It's really Crash Team Racing is like the big deal, and then Judgment for those Yakuza fans, which
I mean, we're Yakuza.
yeah,
fans.
that
This is a
looks-
Yakuza household.
yeah, that looks good.
Yeah.
On Metacritic though, F1 has the highest score out of all of these
Oh,
games.
shit. Okay, so go to trophies.
Leisure Suit Larry's chilling with a 71.
Go to PlayStation 4 list.
Are you just looking for like the
I
platinum?
want to see they have a trophy map. Can you go to C and go to Crash Team Racing Nitro?
I haven't been on this website in forever.
Well, what?
For real?
We're talking about
You go
yeah,
to C.
PlayStationTrophies.org because this is where like you go for trophy guides and
Yeah,
stuff. I haven't used the trophy guide in a
PlayStationTrophies.org
while.
is fucking amazing.
I always go trophy by
literally-
trophy on rarity.
Really, I literally also just like going on here and looking at games and just seeing like the trophy difficulty.
Yeah.
What is it called?
Crash Team Racing.
Nitro fueled.
Can I
It's,
switch it up?
no.
You could just like
No.
scroll down.
You can just like
I
yeah.
didn't want to like fucking scroll through all this.
Yeah, it's probably a lot to scroll through. Actually.
That's what I'm saying. You do that while we keep on doing the show, and then we'll eventually know if it's a hard.
Or you could just search it up. Yeah, do whatever you'd like to do. But those games are out now.
When you search it up, it never worked out for me.
I just searched it up on the Google bar. I normally just search up the game name and trophy roadmap, and this is like always in the top 3 results.
Okay.
This website.
There's no way I can
God, I
probably
I
not-
forgot who I told to do
Yeah.
searching.
It's probably not a hard platinum.
Yeah.
I
But-
just look through all 4 pages for you guys.
All right.
Side note, I'm not getting the platinum for it, but I've been playing Celeste on the Switch because it was on sale.
I'm about to say yeah, you can't.
And the
get the
5th
platinum.
chapter of that game is dumb.
No, it's not.
But the whole game is amazing so far.
The game is really good.
It is really
I
good.
love the second level in the hotel. That shit was.
That's not the 2nd level, that's the 3rd level.
Whatever, Mark. I played it. I actually played it.
Oh,
when
you're a
I
true
played,
fan.
I played it when it was
Oh, he's
released,
not
so
a
I am
true
a true
fan.
fan. So fuck you.
Yeah, that's the
Here,
3rd
what is
chapter.
it called?
Crash
Crash-
Team
yeah,
Racing.
Nitro Fuel.
No, go to click
Ooh, it's
here.
got a nice 48 trophies.
Go to-
I like it when they have a lot of trophies.
Go back.
Blow up my
Go
ego.
to click here, where it's all the way. Oh god, we need videos so they could just see how you don't know how to use the internet.
He's doing a good job. I'm proud of
That
you.
was the same.
Wish you were wearing socks, but I'm still
There
proud
was
of you.
no difference in what I just clicked on, bro.
Yeah,
Alright,
what do you want him to look at? They probably don't even have a trophy guide
Okay,
yet.
that's all I need to know. Well, you know, sometimes this guy gets games early and he creates a whole nice little guide.
That's true.
So that's all I wanted to.
I mean, yeah, you could still just look through
Yeah,
all
you
these.
could look through the trophies, but that's tell you that's like a whole show.
This is tough though for me not to buy. Like, even though I'm like, oh, I want it for my birthday, waiting a month for this kind of sucks because I do want to play it.
Oh yeah, dude.
Because the single player for these games are really good. Because each of them.
It's just fun. We're
Have you ever
huge
played
Mario
them?
Kart fans, and it's like the first actual good kart racing game.
But have you
on
ever played
PlayStation.
like?
No, I never played them.
It's like
I was a Mario kid.
it's like when you start it, basically like you'll have different hub worlds, and when you're in the hub world, you drive to different places to start races, and every hub world has like boss races, and that's just fun.
I
It's
honestly want to
awesome.
play it to see if it's better than Mario Kart 8 or on that level.
I hope it's on that level. I don't think it could be better.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, I
Mario
don't
Kart
think-
8 is like an
I don't
amazing
think it's possible.
game.
Yeah,
Talking about our top 5 games of all time with Brandon, like 2 nights ago, I
Mm.
forgot to mention that. That's probably up there.
what Mario Kart?
Yeah, Mario Kart 8.
Yeah, I would put Mario Kart in
Like
my.
top 10 at least.
I wouldn't put it in my top 10. I'd probably put it in like my top like 20 maybe,
What the fuck? That game's amazing, Mario.
but I don't think I put that in my top 20.
All right.
But yeah, top 5 is an interesting thing. That's a topic for another time.
Yeah.
But aside from that, those things coming out, nothing else is really coming out this week. No updates, nothing like that. Just more is little glimpses of stuff that's like post E3 interviews. On Kotaku, Jason Schreier posted an article about talking with the producers of like the Legend of Zelda series and why Breath of the Wild 2 is being made and why it's a sequel to it rather than doing what they traditionally do, which is just completely go to a different like kind of genre, because it's normally Legend of Zelda, whatever the subtitle is, and then they'll completely switch
Like a
art
new-
style and
like
everything
Final
and that
Fantasy,
kind of
where
thing.
it's like a new thing.
Yeah,
So wait,
exactly.
is it going to be called like Breath of the Wild 2?
I think so. I don't know if it's going to be called that, but they
But
said
it's going to be
a
like
Breath of the Wild sequel.
something. It's going to be like Breath
yeah.
of...
It's
Fresh.
same style, same art style, that kind of thing,
Yeah.
and it's spawned because they were creating too many DLCs for
I
the
heard
first
that,
one.
yeah.
So that's like the main reason.
That's
like it
interesting.
started out as a DLC and then sprouted into a full game. Kind of not. I mean, I don't want to say similar to, but kind of how Lost Legacy was just supposed to Uncharted.
Yeah, it was
was
supposed to be a
small
smaller
DLC and then
it
came
turned
into be a
its own
full
full
release.
game,
Yeah.
It's
So-
similar in that sense, yeah.
But I think that should be nice about that, at least to me. When I hear that and I see that, it means it should come out sooner than later because they
Yeah.
don't have to remake a whole. Like they're probably using the same engine. It'll probably
Oh,
come
yeah,
out on the
definitely.
Switch. Like that kind of stuff is exciting because I don't want to have to wait like a super long time.
I think Nintendo's been pretty good about teasing stuff and it not like taking forever to be released.
Yeah, except for Metroid, but Metroid has had like technical difficulties.
But at least they came ahead of it and were like, hey,
That's true. They
the
even said
development's
it.
fucked up. We're not trying to release some shitty ass games. So that's what I mean, you gotta appreciate them for that. But
Always being honest.
Yeah, as long as the communication is open and we know like what's going on, then nobody's really mad.
another interesting thing I saw about the Breath of the Wild sequel is that they weren't denying that co-op's in it.
With what? With
Breath of the Wild 2.
They weren't denying co-op.
Yeah, they didn't deny it because in the trailer you see Zelda and Link, right?
Yeah.
So you could be like, you can be my Zelda. I'll be your Link. We'll link up.
Sure. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Switch.
You know, when I played what's it called when I played Resident Evil 5 way back in the day, I would always be Sheva or Shiva, whatever. I was always the girl.
Shiva from Mortal Kombat?
No, in Resident Evil 5.
Is her name Shiva too?
Yeah.
Wow.
Every playthrough, I was always the girl. Take what you will from that, but I was always like, I want to be the guy. I mean, like.
The only game I can really think about where I played it as a female protagonist, like where it's an option, is Odyssey. And that's just because I heard that Cassandra's voice acting was Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
I was gonna say, yeah. You said Odyssey,
I know,
and I was like,
I know.
Mario? What?
The hardcore Odyssey fans know what I'm talking about. Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I played as Cassandra because I heard the voice acting was much better. And playing through the game, you see that her voice acting is better because you have to fight against her counterpart brother.
Yeah.
And he sounds...
I always choose the girl character.
It's not even that,
Like,
it's
for the
not-
games, I always feel like
It's not that it's like I like pick the girl characters. It's like it's Sheva and Chris Redfield and Shiva, whatever. She's like in that game only, and like Chris is like just like always in the series. That's what I mean.
And Chris
Like
kinda
if I'm
sucks.
Zelda and you're Link, who cares? That's great. That's awesome to me. But I'm saying like I always played as this random bitch in Resident Evil, and I wasn't playing as like the main guy. And I played that game like multiple times, and my only memory like perspective is from playing as her. And like when you play the game, she's the side character. Like if you were to play single player, she's just like the computer controlled side
If you played
character.
single player, you would have to play as Chris.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
I think. You could probably play as somebody else, but like
Who knows? That game
it's
sucks.
not like Resident Evil 1 where different characters have like
It's not like
different-
Resident Evil 1 where it was good.
Yeah, I mean, or that they have like pluses and minuses. They're just like kind of the same. They have different weapons that they can get, but that's kind of the extent of it.
All right. Well, I mean,
He's like, all right, we've crossed off every news story we've got. Thank you guys.
I was looking
so much
at my
for
list
listening.
and I got Anthem is not working out very well.
So that's
this-
on the same path it's been on.
It's the same path the CEO just came out of. He was like, hey,
Have you seen
he did an interview with GameIndustry.biz basically saying that Anthem's not working out well. Fucking stick with
We're-
us.
we're
We're going to
gonna-
make it better. And it's like, don't
We
worry.
should-
Nobody's playing it. You don't got to make it better.
Yeah, I mean, that's always the case.
Just make a new game. Just
Yeah,
scrap it.
just start over and take your time with a nice.
It was still really like interesting learning about the development for it. Like crazy, but
I mean, yeah, it's sad that the
Tortured
best thing
from the
about
start.
Anthem was that Jason Schreier article.
yeah.
I mean, it was really interesting. It was a good read, but that's like
It was a good
sad.
read.
That's the best whole part of
Was
the.
that the article about like?
That's the
what
one
was
that's-
going on?
Yeah.
There's also a video of which you should link below. It's not serious. It's just stupid E3 highlights, but like how awkward everyone is always at E3, and there's an Anthem part that's kind of funny. Yeah, I mean, just link it below. It's a Crobe Cat video. I'll give you the name
What's
after.
Probe
Yeah,
Cat?
What is that?
he's a YouTuber who makes like
Oob?
yeah. No, it's CROW or that. I don't think that's how you spell it, but yeah, that's it.
I mean, you just told me that's not how you spell it.
Yeah, it isn't.
That is not how you spell
It's
it.
not how you spell it.
I
Just
mean,
go to
if you-
videos.
If you saw that, you clearly see it's not spelled the way you were spelling it.
Yeah, the top one. Yeah, link that.
Alright.
We don't have to play it because we don't have audio. But yeah, no, Anthem was always troubled. We never really hopped into it. It's one of those
We hopped
games.
into the beta and we knew that it was trash from the beta.
That's true. We did hop into the beta, but I'm saying it's one of those games where it releases and then they're promising that it'll get better over time. Whenever a game does that, most of the time, I never hop into it because if I don't start a multiplayer game or like those kinds of games at the start, I feel like I'm so behind on all of the grinding and everything that there is to get that I never hop into it because I feel like the appeal to that is people who start playing it will grind it out, get to max level, get whatever they're gonna get, and then like when there's updates happening, then they receive new stuff. And if I'm not at that level, I don't want to have to like make my way up and catch up just to get there. So I normally don't hop into games after.
Yeah, and you know what's funny though is that I think the game that really like started this trend was probably Rainbow Six.
Yeah,
because that was a game that was released.
But it released good.
It released
maybe not as good, but it didn't release
good.
like Anthem.
Yeah, I guess it released good, but I feel like people that were like hardcore Rainbow Six fans were like a little disappointed with it, and then they kind of just stuck with it. And then now companies see like, oh look, we stick with a game. But the thing is, like at the end of the day, like you said, they released a good game.
That's true. And Ubisoft is definitely like
now companies are starting to release like okay, bad, mediocre games and being like, well, we'll build it up and just give us your $60.
Yeah, which I still don't really understand. Like I don't really understand why they do that. I feel like you would sell more if you release like a nice product, then release something kind of half-assed, and then promise it'll get better over time. But I'm sure there's got to be some kind of like marketing or business standpoint that I don't understand. Maybe it's just you get people invested in it, and then once they buy it, it doesn't matter.
I mean, these game studios, they probably scrap ideas. They work on games and throw them out completely, and then they got to be like, well, fuck, we got to churn something out. Like, not every studio, I think, has the luxury, like, of, like with Santa Monica. Like, they made a whole space game, and then they had to fucking trash it because it wasn't working out well, and then they just started making a new God of War game. Like, that took, like, 7-8 years.
Mm.
I mean, most studios, I don't think, are given that much time and constantly getting fucked
they're not. That's
their
true.
Publisher.
It's the
Obviously,
same.
it's a first party, so it's a different type of relationship than, like, a third party with a third party studio with a third party publisher.
But even then, even with first party studios, I think I don't know if it's a Sony thing, but like even with Naughty Dog's they're not pressured.
Time, yeah.
They get like they're.
But the thing is, those studios gain that respect.
Yeah, they
gain it where it's like we're like, well, we know
it's
what you're gonna
because
put
their
out.
games are so good.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. So they like if you give Naughty Dog's Santa Monica 8 years to make a game, you know you're gonna get a great game.
Mm-hmm. Like I saw something about Naughty Dog where the employees were talking about how they always get like the time off that they want. Like they don't actually feel pressured. Like the actual work environment is like really nice, and that's so rare. You don't hear that. Well, I know, but like that's so rare and you don't hear that, so that's nice. But
actually, did you hear about the rumor that's coming out in February?
I did not hear that, but I did see with the developer diary that they posted on their YouTube channel. If you look at the bottom right corner when it's being played, it says in-game footage on a PlayStation 4 Pro. So I mean, at least you know it'll be coming to a PS4. I mean, it'll probably be coming to both, but maybe that just means it'll come out on PS4 like before.
You think we're gonna have to buy these games like 2 times?
No, because it's supposed to be backwards compatible, right? PS5 is supposed to be backwards compatible.
Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. If it's gonna be backwards compatible and all this stuff, do we have to buy do you have to pay like $10, $20 to get like the PS5 super ray tracing bullshit?
Maybe, because that's what they did with PS3 and PS4. Remember?
No, but that was different. That was you had to buy a whole game.
But still, it was discounted. It was like if you had Ghosts for PS3 and you wanted to get it on your PS4, you could like trade it in or something. You'd still have to pay like $10 to get like an upgrade. But that's different in the sense that you're right. You're buying like a whole another copy of the game, but it's not really different because you're just upgrading the version of the game you have. PS3 version to the PS4 version. PS4 version, like the online lobbies would support more players. It looks better, that kind of stuff. It's like if they did that before, yeah, sure, they'd probably do that now. That would make sense.
Yeah.
But I don't.
But would you be able to play the PS4 version on your PS5 for free? You think?
I think if they're saying it's backwards compatible, I don't really see why you wouldn't be able to. Otherwise, there'd be no reason for them to say that. But it gets confusing then because assuming that you playing it on your PS5, which is more powerful than your PS4,
shouldn't it automatically just be better?
Exactly. But does that mean that the copy of the game you have, because it's a PS4 copy, it like doesn't have that stuff? And if it doesn't, couldn't they just update it in the patch?
I think that might be an issue when it comes to physical versions, but if you buy it digitally, I feel like that could be like more easily worked around.
Even if you have a physical copy, think about like Borderlands Enhancement Collection as like kind of an example. Mm-hmm. That game came out, I don't know, like 2015. It's been out for a while.
Yeah.
But just recently they released those patches for the Ultra HD update, and that's just a patch on top of the game, and that's supposed to like make textures look better and all of that. And if you have a PS4 Pro, now you can use all of that stuff. So if it's a disc, it shouldn't matter because they could probably just patch it in. But that's weird. I mean, it's a interesting thing to think about. I think if they can charge you, they probably would. Yeah. Like something my dad said, which I always like disagreed with, but he ended up being right just because, I guess older people have that kind of experience, is PS3 when they had free internet, or like when the Plus was not a thing and like
It
you
was
could.
just free online.
It was just free online. That was like
yeah, you know they're gonna eventually.
that was a selling point for them because Xbox was you had to pay for gold for online. I was like, this is awesome. And every time I would tell my dad about that, he would be like, no, they're gonna end up charging it. Now, of course, they charge you. Like if they can find a way to like charge you, they probably will. So they probably would be like, hey, if you want the upgraded version of the game, pay a little more. I mean, there's no difference between PS4 copies and PS4 Pro copies. You know what I mean? But I don't know how that would translate.
You're right. There's no difference.
Like it's just still a PS4 game.
It's just the disc has that information on it. Because like when I play my PlayStation, because I have a PlayStation 4 Pro, but I don't have a TV that's like compatible with it. It does always give me those options. Like, do you want to have it like for Shadow of the Colossus? I always remember this was like you want performance or visuals and stuff like that. I didn't have those options because it was like blacked out for me because I don't have a nice ass TV. But like, so those options are in there. I wonder though how that would look when you boot it up on like a regular PlayStation 4. Are those options even there or stuff like that?
Those options, I feel like those options probably are there. They're just you can't use them.
Yeah, probably like how I can't use them.
Like when two separate examples that support both things you're saying. When I play Forza Horizon 4 or 3 on my Xbox One S, those options are blacked out. Like I can't use HDR or any of that kind of stuff because of my TV.
Mm-hmm.
But when I play Gran Turismo Sport, those options are blacked out not because of my TV, but because I have a regular PS4. So like I guess it probably just depends on the game, and like your TV obviously matters, but I think it just depends on the game that you have. But
the other thing I got in news is that apparently that Xbox is not working on two consoles because there's a rumor that they were going to work on like two consoles.
What do you mean two consoles?
For
like
the next gen.
When they would release two?
Like two versions of Scarlet. And when asked about this at E3, Phil Spencer said last year we said consoles and we've shipped a console and we've now detailed another console. I think that's plural.
Yeah, they were talking about Xbox One X, right?
No, you're talking about the all digital.
Oh.
Because that's a console.
That is a console, that's true.
So yeah. I mean, I don't know why Phil got to get like snippy and say I think that's plural. I mean, come on, Phil. There's a rumor where you're working on two consoles for the next gen. You know what they're trying to get at. You could just be like.
I'm sure at some point in time that's got to get a little annoying.
Oh, yeah,
like they're probably like
that like 700 times.
They're probably also like working their ass off on these new consoles, and people are like, yeah, but like what about the other ones? Like you're making like 6 of them, right? Where's what about us? You know, what do we get for
Where's
free?
The controller? How much does it cost?
Did you see how much the Xbox Elite controller costs?
It's like $140.
It's $179.
God.
That's crazy.
But the controller
for a controller,
nice.
I mean, it's a nice ass controller. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a super nice controller.
What's cool about it?
It's
I know it looks beautiful.
Well, it's like completely customizable. It's supposed to be the thing. So like the right analog that you have is supposed to be like multi-directional, like it's really precise and all that stuff. It has triggers like all over the back, so it doesn't just have like the 4 triggers. There are like multiple ones. It's supposed to be it's supposed to be like very competitive, and those are like magnetic buttons that or triggers that you like pop in, you can pop out.
You can also control the tightness and like of the analog sticks, so you can like take the sticks out and then like twist it to see if you want more tension or not. So it's like you can get real filthy.
There's like a lot of stuff in it,
and the D-pad actually looks nice.
I haven't used one. $179 is really expensive, but I'm not gonna knock it because even the regular Xbox controllers I really like. I think they're really nice.
I wouldn't knock it because
like the same as the PS4 controller, but I'm just saying I like those controllers a lot.
All I'm saying is that when you get an Xbox, you don't get a head jack in it.
That is true, and I hate that. I can't use.
We got Jane a headset, and I was like, wait, your controller doesn't have a.
It doesn't.
Headphone jack?
You have to have an adapter.
Yeah. No. We bought a new one. We went and bought one with a headphone jack.
What, a controller with a headphone jack?
An Xbox controller.
What do you mean? Is it like a regular controller? The reason why I asked is because you guys have a regular Xbox One.
Yeah.
So your original controller did not have a headphone jack.
Yes, the controller that came with it did not.
My Xbox One S controller has a headphone jack on it, but my headset does not work in it. I'm wearing a HyperX Cloud headset, which works.
That's a PlayStation 4 one.
Yeah, it works.
They sell multiple
but it doesn't
versions.
matter because it's just what's it called? It's a regular headphone like plug. It works on this.
It does depend.
It's coded with the PlayStation.
It works on this Yeti mic. It works on my phone. It works on my Nintendo Switch. It works on my PS4.
Sometimes if it says PlayStation or Xbox,
it says Xbox on it. Like on the box, it says everything. It says Switch, PC, Xbox. But the problem is that Xbox is like headphone jack is weird because you have to download adapters on your actual system, or you have to have like the physical adapter that you plug in.
Or you can just be an adult and get a real wireless headset, like me.
I mean, yeah, but that's like.
I don't.
It's still kind of dumb.
Talking about how the controller doesn't actually like when you buy a regular one, I guess.
Also, Xbox controllers still take fucking batteries, and that shit's ridiculous.
The Elite
You know
one
what they're
doesn't.
selling now?
The
They're
Elite,
selling
that's why.
chargeable things now.
Oh yeah, I'm
Hey,
sure
the
they've
Elite
been.
one. The Elite one doesn't have that. It has chargeable.
Yeah, I've
batteries.
seen that.
That's why it's Elite.
I don't know.
You think they're gonna have to fix that with the next Scarlet, right?
No, they don't have
Do
to.
you think they have a contract with batteries?
Maybe.
I feel like they have to be making money
It
off
makes
these
no
batteries.
fucking sense.
That
why
would
they
make
have
no sense
batteries.
because I've never seen the advertising that was like them advertising
No,
with
I'm
a
saying it
battery
makes
company.
no sense that this fucking
Nah,
Xbox One.
they probably have like a background.
Wait, how would it make no sense?
It said it makes no fucking sense that the Xbox One launched with a controller that took batteries. In
Yeah, it doesn't make
2015.
sense. That's true. It doesn't make sense.
I can't believe they got away with that.
Yeah,
I
and
know-
if they got away with that
everybody's
before, I
bitching
feel
about
like
the
they'll
Kinects.
continue to.
Everybody-
Because I don't hear any. I like people complain a little bit, but nobody's like that's a deal breaker. Like
Why
it's
don't
the
they just
controller
put-
you get.
Why don't they just put rechargeable battery literally right where those two batteries go?
Or
It doesn't
why
make
don't they
sense.
just do what everyone else does and don't even have a hatch on the back of your controller? Just plug it in to charge it, like everything
No,
else.
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. But just replace the battery.
Yeah, with, like,
Actually put it in
rechargeable
with an
thing.
actual
I don't know.
rechargeable battery in there.
I really don't
So
know.
that makes sense.
That does make sense. I don't know why they did. Maybe they are in bed with the
That's what I'm
battery
saying.
companies.
They have
Who
to
the
have
fuck
something.
owns what's the one with the D? Duracell? See if Microsoft owns Duracell.
Microsoft doesn't own Duracell.
We'll see. We'll check right now.
Yeah, that's what you think. Oh shit, is that Jack Black?
Yeah,
Good.
Jablinski.
What is he doing there?
I don't know. He has a YouTube channel where
Oh,
he
shit.
doesn't play games, but it's a gaming channel.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it was like he started it and like it's called Jablinski Games, and he was like, oh yeah, we're gonna be playing games here, like whatever. But like every week, there's like they're not actually playing games. They're just what do they own Duracell?
No, they don't. Energizer.
No, I'm saying okay, Berkshire. Either way, I don't think it matters. The battery thing's dumb. Those Elite controllers were really nice, and you said they are not working on 2 consoles. You said they're working on 1.
Yeah, they're only working on one. They're only working on the one Scarlet that's going to be apparently like $1,000. And a PlayStation 5 is also going to be like $1,000 apparently.
If one of them is lower, though, they'll both have to lower.
Oh yeah, obviously.
That'll just be the way that it's going to be.
It's
Sticking with.
whoever reveals it first is either going to stay at that price or go lower. I don't think if
I feel like whoever reveals it first has to keep it at the same price, and the second person can decide if they want it lower
I think
or higher or
PlayStation
whatever.
No, that's what I'm saying. Whoever
Oh, okay,
comes
yeah.
out first, they're never going to go higher than that.
I think
That's
PlayStation's
true.
gonna be lower.
No.
I don't know. It depends. I don't know.
I don't know.
So.
PlayStation. The thing is that here's the
PS4
thing.
could totally be more. I mean,
PS5.
PS5. What I just meant PlayStation because like
Yeah,
PS4 it was lower, but for PS3 it was way higher. That was like
it
a
really?
yeah.
Yeah, 'cause
PS3 launched
No,
at
no,
$600.
PlayStation has that huge
Yeah.
burst.
$600.
Yeah, PS4 was $399.
PlayStation
PS3
has
was
this huge burst right now.
$599.
They're riding high off the success of the PS4. They might be like, "Bitch, we had 100 million out these in the wild. You got to pay $600 to be in the next."
Yeah,
gen."
they might think they're hot shit and get burned
That's
by
what happened
that.
with them in PlayStation 2 and
Yeah.
PlayStation 3.
I know we'll still buy it, but the thing is, no matter what both of
I'll
them,
sell plasma for it. Who gives a
no
fuck?
matter what both of them cost, we'll probably end up getting both of them anyway.
Exactly.
Which will be like really expensive, but it'll be the way it is.
You know what we could do? We could order a bunch of them and start flipping them. That's what some people do. They
Yeah.
got like 5 of them because then like they sell out real quick and then you just start flipping them. And
That
sell
is
for
true.
like $100 to $200
For
more.
PS3, people were making a lot of money doing that.
Yeah,
Really?
especially that
The
original
PS3s
one.
were hard
so you
to
buy
find.
them. So you buy them out right away as soon as they come out, and then you just sell them.
Yeah, because they're sold out in stores. Like
Yeah.
I don't know how it was for you guys, but my dad had to like search to get a PS3
My
because
dad, my dad took was the same thing.
yeah,
It was like hard to
Well,
find.
I got a PS3 later on, like after like a year.
Yeah,
yeah, because the PS3 came out in 2006, and we got our PS3 like pretty much right when it came out. We got it for Christmas, but it was me and my 2 brothers, so we got one system that we all had to share. And the way we did it was like he had that one system, and then each of us got one game like as a launch title.
You got Pro Street, right?
I got Need for Speed Carbon.
Okay.
Alex got Resistance Fall of Man, and then Matt got Fight Night Round 3. And but like the way that we did it too is like with the what's called with the PS3, the gift was wrapped and named to my mom. So my mom opened it, and then we all lost our shit. But like he said, it was such a pain in the ass just to find one that he went to so many stores. He like kept
Yeah,
going
my
out
dad
and
said
stuff.
the same thing.
And it's still $600. Like it's not like they have any interest in it. They're going out of their way to like find you a system that costs them $600. That's crazy. That's a lot of money for people who don't play like the system. Like that. I mean, realistically, if you think about it, it's buying like a $600 toy if you're a parent. So like,
That's,
if
that's basically what it is to them. They're buying a $600.
and I would imagine that most systems that are sold, period, probably, I don't know if it's a majority, but a lot of systems sold are probably parents buying them for their kids. So
yeah.
if it's too expensive, that's going to hurt the companies a lot. For us, if a PS5 comes out and it's $1,000, if it's got Last of Us on it, I'll sell like my limbs for it and I'll still get it. But like parents will not do the same. And that's why when you go into like stores like GameStop or Best Buy, a lot of times you'll talk to the people working there and you'll be like, oh, they don't really know anything about games. But it's not necessarily that. It's just that they're trained to sell to parents who don't know anything at all.
Yeah.
So, but I don't think they will release it more than $600. I think that would be dumb. I think they could hit $600 and maybe still be okay if Xbox did kind of like a similar price point.
Yeah.
But over $600, I think is ridiculous. The only reason why I think $600 is okay is because they're promising like, oh, it's fucking incredible next generation.
Fucking ray tracing.
No load times. You just turn the system on. You're already in the game.
You fucking get a PlayStation VR headset. It just like comes with it. It's like you're already in the game.
You get.
You never have to leave your house. PlayStation Home came back.
I remember playing that thing.
Dude, that shit
I was like, what the? The thing is, I was like, what the fuck is this?
There's another cool video. We'll link it in the description below. There's a video of a guy who like spent a full week in VR. It's actually a really cool video. It's like a 30-minute video though. You've seen that?
Did he have like a massive migraine?
No, it's pretty interesting. It's like he'll wear like different headsets throughout the day, like because people in VR do so many different things. Like some of them play games, but then there's people who go to like VR chat where they do stupid stuff like that. Or there's
you can literally watch movies in VR. You can literally go into press conferences and
there's VR yoga classes. Like you'll be in a digital room with people, but there'll actually be a yoga instructor, and like you're in your room doing
so they
stuff.
Can't smell your farts.
Yeah. So it shows him like
that's your biggest worry.
It shows him like exercising and stuff in VR and all of that, and like the effects that like of not seeing daylight for a full 7 days. But I don't know what it's called. I'm just saying you'll link it down below. I'm not saying I know the title now, so you just check the description. It'll be there. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. But that was a pretty cool video.
It was cool. I watched it all.
Keeping it back with Xbox, though, and something we were talking about earlier in nice, good old heated debate fashion, but we won't do that here, is an article that I have found on Kotaku that says, Xbox Live, and this is the headline, Xbox Live is not a free speech platform. Xbox boss promises new features to make online gaming less hostile. So there's not really a lot of details about this because I don't understand how they would be able to do this. But the thing that I'm scared of, not even anything controversial, not like, oh, they're censoring this, that's bad. My thing is when you play like Nintendo games online, they don't have like a standard voice chat. They have one through like their Nintendo voice chat app, but there's like almost no communication when you play those. Like when you play Super Smash or you're playing Mario Kart, like there's those little pre-selected text boxes that you can speak, but I think it's more fun when you just get to talk to people. I'm not saying you got to plug in your mic and say like
the most
completely nasty bully things. That's not it, but it is, I mean, it's kind of fun sometimes, you know. Not to say. Here's the thing too: is like think about it. Not even to other people.
Here's what I think that people don't understand though is that like when it comes, especially to video games, and the correlation between video games and sports is that when you do anything competitive, you know this. You're a track, you play sports. And I played basketball.
Yeah, I play Call of Duty.
But I'm saying it's the same thing. When you're in a competitive, you talk shit.
Yeah,
like,
that's what you do.
When you're
it's
fucking
like
playing basketball, you get fucking person is like 6 feet tall, and I'm fucking only like 5'9", 5'10". More like 5'9", 5'8", but 5'10" in my mind.
They can't see you.
When I have my shoes on, I'm 5'10".
Add an inch, yeah.
5'9.5". Who knows? But like when you're out there, you're talking shit. It's competitive, so
it's true.
Kind of the same thing when it comes
to.
It's the same thing when you're playing fucking Call of Duty and you're fucking the British are coming. You know?
Yeah, and I'm saying like it's not even necessarily talking to other people because like that does happen and that is a bad thing. But what if you like for us like what if all of us just want to be in a party and we want to talk shit to each other? Obviously, we know each other in real life. We're all best friends.
I don't think they're going to regulate the private parties.
But we don't know.
That's true. We don't know, but I don't.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. It's like with Nintendo, we can't do that. If me and you want to play online in like Super Smash, pain in the ass. If we're not in the same room playing like side by side co-op, I can't just like send you a party invite. There's not like a regular invite system. We tried to play Super Smash one time, and it was
a pain in the ass.
We didn't even end up playing.
Yeah.
And like that's not to say Nintendo's online is bad because I'll play it, but it's not competitive. And I know they're not really going for that. But when I play Mario Kart, it would probably be a lot of fun to hook in my mic and be like, why the fuck do you throw that shell at me?
Yeah.
Like, that would be enjoyable. Yeah. I don't think that's mean
like,
to say that. I just think it's slightly competitive. If you want to be like, I don't know, have like an 18 up lobby or something like that, sure, whatever. But when I see a headline like that, it scares me because I don't know what level they're talking about. I don't know if obviously they're not going to take voice chat away. That would be insane.
That's what I'm thinking. They're not going to go
Yeah.
backwards like to Nintendo's status. But what I think is probably going to mean is that the report feature, when you can report people, they're probably going to take those things more seriously.
Which would be good because those are kind of abused. Those are abused.
Yeah, because the report, like you can report anybody. Nobody gives a fuck.
Yeah, you can. It's true. And really, those things are automated. It's not like there's somebody behind who's reviewing these reports. It's really just after a set number of times you get reported, you'll probably get banned.
Exactly. So maybe if they have more like an actual like decent report system where like they will look at it and then hear the video clip or audio clip, and then it'll be like from there the judge be like, all right, you're suspended for like a week, you're suspended for 2 days or something like that. Maybe like something like that is what they're probably talking about. But even then though, I know they said it's a private company, it's a private platform, it doesn't have to be free speech, it's their whatever they want it to be. But I feel like, it should be kind of free speech. You should be able to say whatever you want to say. If you don't like what somebody's saying, just mute them.
Yeah, like
I'm not condoning it, but like also like you should be able to just say whatever you want to say.
yeah, I'm almost just saying like in voice chat because I understand. Like say for example you're playing a game where you like this is much more common in PC games than console games, but where there's just like a text box at the bottom left and you can type something. Is if it's a curse word, whatever, it'll be starred out. I understand that. That kind of thing. That makes sense to me. And censoring your name, like Cream Pie Central is obviously what we all want, but maybe you don't have that as your name. You know what I mean? Like that's understandable. Or like don't have a clan tag that's like Nazi. Get it. It's funny, but we understand that. That makes sense because that's something permanent. People are going to see that no matter what, no matter who you're talking to. But
that shouldn't be allowed.
If it's just like a talking thing.
But like, I mean, we got our fucking clan tag banned. It was fucking Deuce.
That's true.
Remember, that was our clan tag for like every Call of Duty game except what World War II was when they started banning that.
But the thing is, for us too, is we don't even mean anything by it. I don't even remember how we got it, but it
literally
was
just us as kids. We were just fucking around, and then like I think for Black Ops, that's been our clan tag.
And we spelled it D-U-C-E. It wasn't like douche or anything like that. It was literally we said Deuce. Also, that's not offensive, and we weren't saying it to anyone.
Too.
Yeah, it's Deuce, it's 2, or it's like, oh, you got a Deuce, like you won a game. Like it's not offensive, but even with that, that's okay. My thing is when they're saying no free speech, if it's voice chat, if I'm playing online and somebody is like tearing me to shreds,
you mute them.
I can mute them. Exactly.
You can mute them and report them.
You can just mute them and report them, and that's that.
Or you can just
I don't know
the lobby or whatever you're in.
So if there's something going on that's like really really bad, if it's voice chat exclusive, which is what I want to stick to, because yes, there are other cases where like maybe they're sending you pictures that are bad, or they're like tracking your information. Of course, there are things like that which are awful and do need to be censored.
That's harassment at that point.
Exactly, yeah, that's very bad. And like people tracking your IP address and threatening you, that's awful. They should find a way to make gaming less hostile in that sense.
Like the bad Call of Duty lobby.
I'm only saying this because the headline said free speech. That's
honestly, we all play Call of Duty and stuff like that. Those lobbies aren't even like that anymore because
they're not. It's true.
Everybody's
people are in their exactly. People are in their own private parties.
I kind of miss playing Black Ops 2 and going out and there's like a bunch of noises going on.
And the only reason you miss that is from a competitive standpoint. Like it's funny to hear people talk like that.
Oh, it's like the best when you kill them and then you
that's
clip, you're like,
that's the thing.
Yeah, they're like fuck you.
You're playing the game and you're like calm, and then like with the loading screen starts, you talk to your own teammates, and then when the game ends and you win, you get back in the lobby and you're but that's the thing, it doesn't happen anymore because people are in private parties, which means that people aren't bullying people as much. I mean, it's still happening, but I just don't understand the free speech thing. I don't understand further than muting.
That, especially now in this generation. Like I said, like I don't feel like
it's as bad as it used to be.
Go in like lobbies and start talking shit because it's like everybody just is in their little party.
Yeah.
Like honestly, now it's usually just like if there's anybody in a lobby with a mic, it's just like the random dude who plays music.
That's true. It's not. It's and
it's
if you
there's always that one person like in the lobby,
and you'll put on your mic and you'll be like, "Yo, what's up?" They won't even respond because they're listening to music, and then you just take your mic out again.
Exactly.
That does happen all the time. It doesn't happen where you join lobbies anymore and people are just talking to each other.
And I feel like the online community overall is kind of like a little bit like better. You know, with the zombie community, you go meet up with random people and play zombie maps, and it's like always just like chill.
Yeah, that's true.
Like so, like I think like the online, I think we're learning obviously because we're all we're all growing up in the online world, so we're all learning how to conduct ourselves. In the beginning, is very reckless. I mean, to be fair, I don't have any social media and I don't have Twitter, Instagram. From what I hear, though, Twitter does sound very toxic.
Yeah,
maybe not in that sense. I'm talking but what I'm saying is I'm talking strictly from a video game aspect. I feel like as video games, we're all growing and learning how to communicate with each other. Obviously, maybe Fortnite's not toxic because that's where all the 12-year-olds and 10-year-olds are now.
News reports said different. It said kids are getting bullied because they have.
That's what I'm saying.
Because they have defaults. No, that's what he's saying. He's saying that it's more toxic because of that kind of thing.
From one of the games I've played and from like the interactions I've had with people online, everything has just been better.
Yeah, the games that attract a younger audience are typically going to be games where people are getting
mature.
bullied.
When you're immature, you say stupid things.
Yeah,
so.
you say things that are ridiculous. And then another thing to consider is that it's not even the people that are playing these are in like bad spirit when they're saying these things. It's just like Joel said, it's a competition kind of thing.
Yeah.
When you're playing basketball with somebody, if you play a nice, easy, fair game, cool, fine. You probably won't say anything, be like, hey man, good game, shake hands, whatever, you end the game.
When you guys kind of start.
But if you're playing basketball and somebody like elbows you on purpose, you're gonna start fighting. Like that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
If you're playing a competitive online, if you're playing competitive online match in like a fighting game and somebody spams a move, you're gonna get angry. You're gonna start fighting.
Exactly. Yeah.
You're playing a first-person game. And I don't know, somebody has a riot shield. You're gonna get angry. That's natural. It doesn't mean.
Or they crouch.
Or they got a Kimbo Model
or drop
teams
shot.
and they're fucking running around the map with lightweight. And
Yeah, like it doesn't mean.
and you just want to fucking murder those people.
It's just nothing your whole time.
But then, yeah, I think it's still on the right path. There are things that they should do, but I think at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, if you say something too bad to somebody and then they report you, what they should have better is the report system.
Yeah, I think
like that should be better.
Yeah,
but. Then again, it always comes down that the report system, people always report people just...
But what we're saying is that...
It's actually...
I know,
there's people behind it. It's not just like a fucking auto...
Because I agree with you. People do report people too often for things that don't make sense. But yeah, I mean, no, so have I. I'm not going to act like I haven't done it. But I've done it on both like sides of the spectrum. I've done it before to be funny or just to be like, I don't like this person. But I've also done it to be like straight up, hey, like they are harassing me. But what I can say without question is when I say like, oh, they're harassing me or whatever, that was true. Like I was annoyed, whatever, they were doing something that I didn't like or I was uncomfortable by. On the other side, when I was doing something dumb or like to ban them to be funny, I was like 13. Like I haven't done that in a long time. I only did that on like PS3. And it would be ridiculous. Like we'd be playing Call of Duty and I would report them for like, I don't know, like sexual abuse. I mean, obviously I'm like a 13-year-old kid. They're not doing anything. They probably said a word to me that was like, made me annoyed. But like the point of it at the end of the day is if I'm putting out that report to get them banned, fine. Maybe that happened, maybe it didn't happen. You shouldn't have an automated system behind it because if that is happening, doesn't mean it's not going to help the person anyway. And if it's not happening, still not helping the person. It's just if somebody gets reported an X amount of times, they're probably going to get banned. I know it's really bad for PC. PC people will have that really bad. And like I would be, it doesn't happen to me because I don't talk to people online. But I'd be super frustrated if somebody banned my account. Like if I have all of those years of like trophies and all that stuff, and it just goes away because some kid didn't like that I beat them.
Banning that happens when it's like actually they do something right. That doesn't happen to innocent people.
What do you mean?
When they
getting banned?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. That's a problem.
Are you serious?
Yeah, because think about that's what I'm saying. Like, have you ever reported somebody just to be funny when you were younger?
I really don't think so. I never really cared about that.
Well, I did. Yeah, I did when I was younger. I know I did, and I know I did to be funny, and they probably weren't doing anything wrong. There are definitely people that are younger playing games now that do that, and if they do that a couple of times, you'll get banned, and all of your stuff will go away.
That sucks.
And yeah, you can probably contact them and be like, hey, can you guys look into this? I didn't actually do anything wrong. But even that in and of itself is such a pain in the ass that it's like, that's unnecessary. That shouldn't even be happening. Mm-hmm. If you get reported for sexual abuse 4 times in a row, it shouldn't just be a robot being like, okay, check mark, whatever, take them away. What if like
investigating?
Yeah, well, like, what if you're actually doing something really bad? Like
someone should actually be looking into that.
But that's
like
probably
how those people were fucking on PlayStation 4. Remember when PlayStation 4 was first released? They had like the eye cameras and
on
like,
PlayStation Live.
You can live stream whatever, and like it wasn't really like it was kind of like wild for like
it wasn't censored. Yeah,
and people were like fucking on there.
Yeah, they were, and then if you would go onto it, you'd see people like not that part of it, but there'd be people who were like DJ sets or like they'd just be in their house chilling out. But then you would have people would be like just be like I don't know.
Fucking
shooting a scene, shooting a scene on PlayStation Live.
Jesus Christ!
So
shooting the ceiling.
What?
That's shooting the ceiling.
I didn't see. He didn't say anything. But I still, I don't really know explicitly what they mean. Like most of the things they were just talking about is just they want to make gaming a more friendly place, less hostile. Da da da. We've heard it before.
I feel like it is honestly at this point.
And I think that's mostly because people are in private parties.
Yeah.
That is mostly how I feel.
When you try to meet up with somebody new, you're inviting them to your private party.
We also don't play the games like that probably get the most like that. Like, okay, Call of Duty maybe, but we'll still hear that sometimes, but private parties, but like Fortnite, we don't play Fortnite.
What I was going to say is I play computer, so on CSGO, it's
a
little bit different. CSGO, because like people, I mean, you can get Discord and all that stuff, but most people just kind of like just chill out.
CSGO and Rainbow Six are probably like with this, because there's just a lot of people play them and those are really competitive.
And people always like are talking or whatever, and it's never. I mean, of course, there's always gonna be that one.
Well, I mean, of course, people are still gonna.
That one kid's always trying to be funny, but like.
Yeah, of course, people
it's
are.
never like hostile.
Yeah.
Like we're always like talking about things.
People are still gonna say things bad, but you'll probably hear them and be like, "Oh, that was kind of funny." Like even if it's fucked up, like from a comedy standpoint, like tragic things are funny. So if they say something that's like kind of bad, could be funny. But like I've rarely ever been in a lobby where I felt like somebody was getting berated to like an actually damaging way. Normally they're just fighting back, and then the match starts and everybody's cool. Like I don't think I've ever experienced like something bad happening.
It makes it a little bit better. Like in Call of Duty, like when some guy would talk shit to you, like, okay, I'm gonna whip your ass.
Exactly. You'd be like, all right, I'm gonna put the riot shield on now.
Like,
we'll
talk shit to each other, and then the next game again.
Let's get the PS3 guy.
Bringing
Let's
people,
fucking fuck people up.
Bringing people together, but. The bullying thing is bad. Hopefully they do something with that doesn't hinder like actual just fun gaming experience between friends. So hopefully it's just like a reporting system or something like that. But just like Xbox is not a free speech is kind of like that's a bold statement to have as a headline.
Hopefully PlayStation doesn't have parties.
What do you mean? PlayStation does have parties?
No, like I mean PlayStation 5.
You don't want? No, I want to have parties. That was something that we wanted on PS3 for so long, and it's not because we don't want to hear other people. But it's the best part about it is to be able to play other games and still talk to each other.
Yeah, that is true.
That's the nicest thing. Because do you think about every time we play Blackout and like
we're literally
he leaves a match before we leave. He leaves a match before we leave. We wouldn't be able to talk to him.
I never thought about that.
That's a small thing.
True.
But
that would leave the lobby and then you'd be like, where the fuck did he go?
That would happen all the time.
Yeah,
and then you have to like call each other and be like, hey, what the fuck happened?
Or you talking like a Discord chat or something like that. Yeah, it was annoying. Like it doesn't happen anymore. But no, of course I hope they still have parties.
I was just saying because I like the communication in the lobbies.
Yeah, and a small censorship thing too. Tifa's titties are smaller in Final Fantasy, which some people are upset about. We didn't play Final Fantasy when it first came out, but that's just part of the like not making characters too sexualized. Like that's a big thing that Mortal Kombat 11 had too. Is a lot of the characters.
I didn't even notice that to be honest while watching you play Mortal Kombat 11.
Modest, yeah.
I didn't even realize it though.
So it's not even like oh they're like not sexualized. I mean they're still just like attractive women, whatever.
Yeah.
Like they still going to be pretty women. They still make the guys to like look like super muscular or whatever. Movie stars.
There's still that one chick that like is super hot and has like is like Baraka's face, but I'll be like, you know what? I'll try it.
Well, the thing is,
I'll get a little risky. You know?
The thing is, Mortal Kombat 9 was really bad with that because Melina had a skin that was a string. It was a string wrapped around her nipples.
That was a little much.
So like that kind of thing, and every character was real jiggly.
I didn't remember that. I remember Melina's movie. Yeah, that was a little much, but
Soul Calibur is like that too. If you play Soul Calibur, the titty physics are on point. I mean, if you play it, it's pretty impressive.
Isn't that what like Dead or Alive too? They even have like the volleyball.
Yeah, they have like the beach volleyball one. Yeah. So like that's like completely over sexualized. Like some people are just they think. I mean, it doesn't matter to us, like I said, but some people think like Tifa is supposed to look
a certain way,
more busty or something like that. But somebody said in the article too that like there's another character who's a goddess who wears like a low top and is very like busty and all that kind of stuff. So like that's still in the game. It's just they make some characters less sexualized because there's no need for it, which does make sense. But it's still like
I don't know
just whatever.
like Claw's relationship with Tifa. Like what happens if it's like supposed to be like a sister type character and you're like making her sexy? Like you're playing from the perspective of Claw.
She's not your sister.
Jesus Christ, Mark.
But like at the end of the day,
you're looking up.
It's like it's not even so much the like the fact that they're censoring it that it's strange. It's strange that the news that we're bringing you and like the game being brought to our attention is not like oh man, we've got to release it, or like oh this game's coming out, or like we heard this new cool thing. It's me being like, characters, I don't know, like toes are smaller because somebody has a fetish and that they think it's weird. Like, it's just strange that that's like how things are brought up now. We were talking about CyberPunk and Modern Warfare 2 specifically, how they've
Modern Warfare remaster. Modern
remaster.
Warfare 2019.
Yeah,
Not Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 2019.
Yeah, 2019. So, because both of those have had press reveals or like press events since E3 and before E3 that now people are coming out and sharing their opinions on it. What people think about it is whatever. We just think it's kind of fascinating how everybody seems to...
Personally, my view is that if it's art, you let the artists create whatever they want, and then when it comes out, you critique it. I think video games, if we want them to be more viewed as being more mature, they have to tackle difficult subjects like what they were trying to tackle in Modern Warfare, which what you explained to me, it sounded interesting, and then like the ending video game kind of gimmicky thing was kind of stupid, but like I think everything else besides that was actually like
So,
pretty interesting.
To give a little context on what he's saying, just so they know like what part you're talking about, and we'll link it down below because there's articles about it of people who actually like saw these reveals. But Call of Duty's big thing that they've been saying is they want to make it more realistic, kind of.
A lot in the gray zone stuff they said too.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of like morally gray stuff that's difficult and like that's real war, whatever.
Real war.
Yeah, but so there was a scene.
I'm fine with that. It's a war game.
Well, yeah, but
that's what you expect from a war game. You're not expecting for it to be like hugs and kisses.
I mean, that's true, and that's why we're saying the artists, the main people behind it should have the creative freedom, and then we decide. Like, if we support it, hey, I'll buy it. You get whatever you get from that. I'm supporting you.
If I don't like, and if it's like too much for me, I won't play.
But it's just the fact that the press reveals happen, and then a couple of journalists are like, hey, we don't like this, and then what ends up happening is they'll like change the game to structure around that. But so like the level in specific that we're talking about is. There's a level in the game where you break into somebody's house. I think it's in Russia, and you break in, and there's a woman who is like going to reach for a detonator or something like that. She's becomes hostile is basically the point. Yeah. So you kill her. So people are already like, oh, that's kind of something. Yeah, but there's like a baby in it too, so they're like, oh, that's kind of bad. Understandable, but that didn't like make people. That didn't turn people off. They're like, that's sad, but that's also realistic. We get that people die hostile, whatever. But then there's another scene later where you play as a kid. And your family gets like kind of like torn away from you, and you're in your house, and like Russian soldiers break in, and they're hunting you down, and you play as a little girl who has like a screwdriver, and there's a soldier who's like berating you, like cursing, whatever, giving.
Which to me sounds kind of fun to play. Like I kind of want to like see how that's gonna play out.
Yeah, for us, but I'm saying like for them, they're saying like it's an emotional, really realistic thing, whatever. And then the way it actually plays is you hide behind like beds or like in a closet.
This is actually painting a scene for me that was in The Last of Us, which. A lot of these video games journalists love.
Yeah, and that is also more.
That's creepy because that guy had like sexual undertones about.
Oh yeah.
She caught Ellie.
And he's a cannibal.
Yeah. So, who was that man's name? I forgot.
David.
Yeah, when you're playing.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite parts of the game.
From David.
Yeah.
That. From what you described about in Modern Warfare, that's tragic and stuff like that. That was way more terrifying than I believe that this scene's gonna be because way the way the story was told.
But
why is that being praised for doing that, and then now Modern Warfare is being brought down for doing this? Perfect point that you said. That's exactly what I was gonna say. So the thing
came out at a different time.
No, that's not it at all.
You don't think so?
Because Last of Us is not Call of Duty.
No, that's also not it either.
What do you think it is?
It's at least based on the way the person said is they said it's because. For Last of Us, let's use that first. Last of Us is a masterpiece. Everyone knows that. It hits you emotionally, whatever. It doesn't ever feel weird. It doesn't feel awkward. The things that happen, those undertones that you get from David, that's because of like well acting, well written, fully detailed. It's just really good. You're like, oh fuck, that's crazy. But you're never like, you don't feel weird about it. Mm-hmm. What they're saying is that you're playing these levels and like when it gets to this video gamey part where you're just like, oh, you slash his leg and then go under the bed.
Yeah.
That it takes that emotional weight off of it and then it feels weird. And
it should
then
be like a one time once you get him.
Exactly. So what they say is you slash his leg and then like, oh, he'll get hurt and he'll curse a bunch, whatever. And then after 3 times you come and you stab him to death or something like that. They're saying that the scene feels really good before you get to that video gamey stuff, but then once that kind of happens, then it takes the emotional weight out of it and it feels dumb. And then when you think about it in that sense, it's almost like they're using something heavy-handed emotionally, but not in a correct way, so it just feels weird.
So are people complaining that they don't want it in the game at all, or they want it to be handled with more respect?
The article that I read said that they wanted to be handled more respectfully, but I'm sure there are people who just don't want it in the game. That is fine.
I think that if you want this,
I know they want it to
if you want this more,
but there are people who want it completely out of the game, and those are the people who are the issue where they're like, oh, we're going into redevelopment, and that would be more so the kind of journalists that are like when we would talk about cyberpunk. That's like that kind of thing. So this article that I read was good because he was actually detailing like what was happening, how he actually felt about it. Like he didn't think it was bad. He was actually into it.
Photos or videos?
There's no photos or videos because
this is all behind the scenes.
Yeah, it's all behind the scenes. Just press events.
I'm just asking if there's any like screenshots.
There's not. I mean, the only things that you can see B-roll wise is like the trailers that they've released like publicly. But like, I'm pretty sure it's a Eurogamer article.
So yeah, I agree
we'll
with
link that
whoever
below too.
Who was, I don't know if you know the guy's name, but whoever wrote that, I agree with that point of view. Where like, yeah, okay, if you want to handle this serious material and subject matter, then you should handle it with more care, like something like The Last of Us did. So yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Don't make it video gaming and take me out of the experience.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's even like if you were to watch a movie and there was like some really, I don't know, like a rape scene or something that's like really mature.
I mean, everybody
and like,
loves Game of Thrones, right? Doesn't that have like rape?
Well, that has like sex and stuff.
I think so.
That has like sex and like killing and stuff. But okay, even with Game of Thrones, that's probably, we haven't seen it, but it's probably well acted. People love it.
Yeah.
When you make something that's like, with something that's a sensitive topic and you make it in poor taste, that's just a recipe for disaster.
Oh yeah.
Because even when you're making something that's sensitive, the only way it's going to be okay is if it's probably done well.
Mm-hmm.
And like, so that's where they're going from, and I understand that. But with Cyberpunk, it's a different thing. With Cyberpunk, they were talking about how there's different factions in the game, and there's a faction that's called the Animals, which is, but there's layers to this too. So I'm not going to act like I know absolutely everything. I'm just going
the game's
based
not
on
out, so we don't know what the
yeah.
grouping and
We're
why.
going off what we know, right?
Yeah, I'm just going based off of what I've read and what I know. So you guys can correct me, whatever. That's fine.
But what I'm saying is, like, look, we have all this baseline information. What happens when we go in the game and we read a fucking audio log and it explains all this shit?
Exactly. Like,
So-
that could happen.
Yeah. So.
And that could be the same for us and for the people who are watching this and posting these things. They haven't
Yeah.
played the game. They're seeing like a small slice of the game.
Yeah.
The game's not even out yet either.
Exactly.
So, but it was about how there's a faction named the Animals who is they're one of the factions in the game, and the complaints that somebody said was that they're like a majority, like racially similar. Like, so most of them are either black or Hispanic or something like that. And their complaint was that it's not like a mixed group. My thing with that is, I mean,
Name a gang that is a mixed group.
that's the
When
thing.
you
Yeah.
think of
Like,
mafia,
When you think of
what
the
are they
Italian,
gonna be?
if you think
They're
about the
gonna be white.
Italian mafia,
I-
they're usually
yeah.
Italians. You think about
Yeah.
the Yakuza, it's Japanese people.
Yeah.
MS-13 is people from Central America.
Yeah.
It's like,
I understand it. That's why I was gonna, like, I understand somebody being like, oh, it's not racially diverse if it was like a full game thing, but that doesn't make any sense when you think about it just in the
that's
context
like
of
complaining
like,
about
of like
Yakuza
regular
being
life.
like there's not enough white people.
Yeah, it's weird. It's kind of a stupid complaint because like realistically, real gangs, yeah, they are gonna recruit people who are similar to their demographic. Like, that's just the
Yeah.
way it is.
Yeah.
That's why you have the Yakuza, you have the Triads, you have
that's why
Italian
games
Mafia.
form,
Yeah,
'cause they want to bring their people in and protect their
yeah,
people.
they're like, yeah, they're promoting their people. Like, that's
Exactly.
kind of the point of it. So that makes sense. And also, even without the gang thing, this area that they're talking about is in like kind of like a rundown area, whatever. So it's like rougher. That's not necessarily a racial thing. That just means where the gangs are.
Yeah.
And gangs are normally of the same demographic. So like those things coincide. You don't have to think about it in a super negative, offensive way. That's kind of just how it
Wouldn't
goes.
even have thought about it in
Like,
that
I would
way.
think it would be weird if like, yeah, if you were to play a Yakuza game and it was like there's like white guys here.
yeah,
Like, that
like,
wouldn't
what
make
the fuck
sense.
is going on here?
That's not how it works.
exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
gangs they're built on like some kind
But
of
we did
honor
discuss
code.
the only white guy that could be in the Yakuza is Keanu Reeves.
That's because we don't know what he is. I
I
mean, we don't.
don't believe he's only white.
Yeah, I don't think.
No,
he's
but
only
what
white
I'm saying
either.
is like just like his whole vibe. Like he's just like quiet.
Yeah.
I feel like he's like the informant for the Yakuza when they want to spread to America.
Well, Keanu Reeves is everything. He's also in Cyberpunk.
That's what I'm saying.
He's the first thing you see now when a trailer for the game comes up.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
like-
We've got a city to burn. Like that thing on YouTube that pops up all the time. But yeah, I mean, those are just journalist things. It's not even us. Like, I just would like the game to come out and we can critique it however we like. Probably I wouldn't say anything because normally I like
I probably
everything that.
wouldn't even notice those little
Yeah,
things.
I probably wouldn't even
I-
notice it. Yeah.
I just care if the
That
game
that
is.
is one thing though.
I care if the game's
they
good or
pick
not.
out, like the little tiny things that like I wouldn't even notice. Like if I was to play the game like without you even telling me that article, I wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like, I
I didn't
exactly.
notice anything about, especially with that Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was about to say.
I didn't even notice anything. About
Well, you
that.
didn't even like play it. Have you-
No, but I mean,
No, but I've seen people.
he's still
play the
making a
game.
good point though, because like I play a lot of Mortal Kombat, but when I read these things and they're like, "Oh, the Mortal Kombat 11 controversy or outrage,"
And then now I
what
notice.
fucking outrage! I bought that game day one. I've been playing it, never thought about it ever once in my head. I played the game all the way through, every character, and I was like, okay, like Jade looks really cool. Oh damn, her mask looks cool. Like, I'm not playing the game thinking these things, but then you read online and they're like, oh, outrage. Think about how easy it is to just type the word outrage. So like, it's just these people like fueling
That's
shit
true.
up. It's
because
weird.
I was just gonna say about Mortal Kombat 11. Like I've seen you play that game. I come here and watch you literally
Yeah.
play it for hours, and I'll just be like, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah,
I didn't
you're-
notice that until you brought it up to my attention.
You're focused on the game, just like being a good game.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, it would be better if like these
I'm usually
cyberpunk news
focused on
articles.
Jack Storms, to be honest.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, it would be better if like these articles are just like, oh, I don't know, cyberpunk, here's like new factions to the game, but instead it's like, oh, we're some journalist
Exactly.
who's
I want to hear more about the game.
some journalist who's not making his rent. He decided to write this article so he could, pay off his mortgage and his $6,000 of debt, because like, and it's just weird. Like, they're journalists, that's their job, whatever, that's what they've got to do, but it's what we hear, so it's strange. It's only annoying when it affects the actual development of games.
Yeah.
If they're just saying it, I don't really care, because like Joel doesn't have
maybe-
social media. I don't
maybe
follow
they
that
know
kind of
that.
stuff.
And
Exactly.
Well,
It's just when they For the Modern Warfare one, though, if that is too... And we haven't seen it, so we don't know. But if it is too video gamey and weird, I'd be glad that they go back and fix it. I just wouldn't want them to remove it completely.
Yeah, don't remove that scene. Just improve it.
Just improve it.
Because from that article, it doesn't sound like he's necessarily saying it's a bad thing. He's just critiquing it.
Yeah, just critiquing it.
What you're supposed to be doing as a journalist. You just critique the work and tell them, this is what you should do better. That's why they have these behind-the-scenes things.
I like that. I like
so that they literally what's it called? When people go behind scenes for things, they ask these people for notes. That's why they're showing exclusive few amount to people because they want their opinions to make the games better. So that's fine. But when you like start critiquing like stuff like about the Cyberpunk thing, that's not really critiquing the game. That's just like
exactly. That's not the game. It's
that has
just
nothing to do. You're not saying anything about game. Like that was about gameplay. The Modern Warfare issue.
Yeah, that was exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, not about.
That wasn't just about things that are in the game. That was about actual like the game.
Exactly.
So it's true. Yeah. And that guy who wrote that article obviously sees like the positive and the negative. He's like, well, I liked this, but then like maybe not this so much. The Cyberpunk one doesn't have any of that. It's just like,
so it's like straight negative.
Yeah, he's straight up like, oh, I saw the gameplay. No, nothing special. First of all, shut the hell up. Like
the gameplay is amazing.
Nothing special. Like
everybody I know that's seen that game or heard from like IGN, GameSpot, like all these major like outlets, they said the game is fucking incredible. Like,
and you know, it's
like, the gameplay is not impressive.
You know, it's another thing that's kind of noteworthy. These articles that come out are not from those big websites. It's from some random ass website you've never heard of.
I was about to ask you, like,
I
wouldn't trust that guy.
I don't remember the. Oh yeah, of course I don't. I'm just saying
because the actual big thriving game like media outlets and groups know that people care about video games.
Yeah, they don't want to hear that.
They want to know if the game plays well first. And then if there is something that's like completely outrageous in it, then you'd be like, well, maybe they shouldn't have that. But like 9 times out of 10, I think most video games that are covered in the mainstream are not in poor taste.
And even if they have that, even if there's a game that comes out and has something bad in it, or even if it's not like sensitive,
they'll say the positives as well.
Yeah, even if it's not offensive, maybe if it's just made in poor taste, they'll just give it a bad review. Yeah. That's fine, whatever. Maybe it's just because the game itself is not that good, and that's fair. And another thing I was going to say, with how that article for Cyberpunk was like a random website, it is like now known, or like more people are aware of it because it's like that kind of article. Yeah. But like that's not really offering anything like useful. You're not telling me anything about the game, really. All that I got out of it is like, oh, cool, they have factions, great. Oh, what's this guy? Like, I'm like, cool, they have factions. This guy's still talking. Like, what? Like, I read like that's.
What is he mad about?
Yeah, like I think I got what I needed out of here. Like, why am I? What is this website? How did I get here? Like, so. It's weird, but that's a conversation that could go on forever, and everyone's got different opinions on it.
Yeah.
Ooh, kicked the table. Sorry for anyone who heard that. Kicked my little island table over here. That's pretty much it. Aside from Black Ops 4 talked about how they're now going to introduce ultra weapon bribes, so you can get like Mark II or ranged weapons or variants that you don't have guaranteed, but they didn't say how you're going to get them, so it doesn't matter. Really,
wait, you're going to get better?
Like, so in the current operation that they have right now, Operation Inspector, you can, in like the middle of your tiers, you'll get a weapon bribe crate.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the only way you can get one, is that one weapon bribe crate, unless you buy them.
Oh, really? I thought that was just like...
I mean, yeah.
I thought that was a part of the game, and then also that's available to get you in the tier.
Yeah, you get it like in the tier, and I think that's it. But they're saying they're going to come out with these things called Ultimate weapon crates, which are kind of a similar thing. They didn't detail how you get them, which means they'll probably just charge you for them. But then they also said on the 25th that contracts will be coming out, and that'll be similar to Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 3, if you remember that. Did they have it in Black Ops 2? Because I didn't play enough of that to know.
Probably if it was in 1 and 3.
It was just, I mean, I didn't mind them. I like them in Black Ops 1. It's just like you do a challenge extra.
They were in World War II.
Yeah, like that kind of thing. And they said you can have up to 28 of them available at the time, and those will help you earn
I
loot
actually wouldn't mind
quicker.
that if they incorporate those contracts in the Blackout.
Yeah, I like that kind of
stuff.
stuff.
That'd probably make us go play more Blackout.
That's true. So yeah, I don't mind that at all. It's just people being upset about like guns being behind loot boxes and stuff. Cause
I mean, that's upsetting, but like they got to make money, so.
That's true, but it is bad because in the recent update, they had them in the tiers.
I'm mixed feelings. I am upset because me and you paid a fucking $120 for the fucking season pass and all that shit.
Yeah.
And I feel like we should get those guns because I paid an extra.
The season pass also doesn't matter because the maps are free for people.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. So like I don't really know why I brought that besides for zombies. So that's probably the most upsetting thing.
Yeah.
About this, but like of like how the new Modern Warfare is going to be no season pass and you just pay $60 and get the game. I'm not going to be upset with that. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't upset with it in World War II because I didn't get the season pass. But for somebody who bought the season pass, is a little frustrating. Where it's like, okay, if I'm paying extra money,
You should have some kind of benefit.
I should get the weapons.
Get them quicker or something like that. But even with World War II, we didn't have the pass. At least you could do challenges that will directly earn you the weapon.
Yeah.
The problem is not even so much that they've been adding to these weapons in the game and it's like, oh, they're in the tier system. That didn't bother us before. We've gotten those weapons in the tiers. The thing is, with the most recent update, there's one gun in the tiers and then there was 3 that they added just into boxes. You can't get them in the tiers.
Yeah.
That's a problem. You can't even buy those guns directly if you wanted to. And then there was the hammer that they had, which cost $30 in a bundle, which is crazy. And then they have a sword that came out recently. It's not $30, but it's $10. Like, that's...
Yeah.
It's stupid because all the melee weapons are just like, I mean, they're fun, but they all play the same.
Yeah,
It's
but at
not...
the end of the day, most of these things are just cosmetic, especially when it comes to melee weapons.
Yeah, for sure. But the ranged ones aren't. So that's why people are complaining. Because like they added a sniper in the tiers, but then they added the Peacekeeper, which is like an SMG, and it's like really good.
Really
You also remember like even that
Switchblade's really good too. And
yeah, you remember that Tiger Shark? That one game we played, we were getting fucking torn to shreds.
Oh,
that was in the tiers, but that was at the end of the tiers, and we didn't
we
earn
were
it.
playing against like fucking MLG players, dude. Those guys were sweating.
They probably would've been
trying to
yeah.
go on and like relax.
That was bad. We were getting slaughtered.
I know.
I felt real bad after that one. That was okay though.
We always feel bad.
I just need to finish this. I need to beat this level in Celeste, and then I can go back being happy.
I kind of want to go play some Black though.
We got like schoolwork we need to do.
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm an adult.
I see. Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go to school. I gotta take tests.
Oh, you gotta go to UCF?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh, he just out it. He's like, oh, you gotta go here and be here at this time. So if you want to go kill him, go kill him. Like,
They know we go to UCF. We mentioned it before.
I know, but yeah, no, I have to go. I have to go take a test because I can't. It's an online test, but I have to take it like in the testing center.
That's stupid.
Yeah, it's true. That's how it is.
I don't have to do anything.
Yeah. So is that the rest of the day for us?
Oh, so the podcast should be up on time?
Oh,
Oh shit, boy!
get it in, get it ready.
Oh shit! Stay ready. You want to come to the record? You gotta get these shots.
Oh man, Zeal have it ready, right?
Yeah.
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 Anything else you want to talk about? I mean, I've been playing Cadence at a high roll.
Oh, yeah, and you love that.
I don't spend too much long time on it, but it's fucking amazing. Everybody should buy it. Switch is the greatest console of all time.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's a good summary.
Yeah, Cadence at a high roll is actually really good. I was
Watching him play that was super cool.
Yeah, it's really
Yeah, I
good.
played MW2 the other day.
It's
Like the old one, that's really random. But I played it the other day, and that game is actually kind of good.
Yeah, it is really
The game
good.
is really fucking good.
It's
It
not
is
better
really
than Modern
good.
Warfare or Black Ops 4. But
Yeah, we
It's
did
not better
that.
than Black Ops 4.
Huh?
MW2.
He said MW2 is better than Black Ops 4. Everyone knows that.
no, I said Black Ops 4 is better.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. Well, we're running out of time. So,
Yeah.
let us know what you think about that. All of the news that we talked about. Are you going to be getting Crash Team Racing? All that kind of stuff.
Get Cadence at a high roll.
Get Cadence to the high roll.
That's
If you haven't played
amazing.
Celeste, you should play Celeste. It's a fantastic game, especially if you like platformers. We've got to thank our Patreon supporters. So thank you to George, Lacey Perez, and Matt Acevedo for backing our creative endeavors. For anyone else who would like to support our Patreon, you can go ahead and do that at patreon.com/thehudgaming. You can also follow us at all of our social medias, which will be linked down below. Or if you're listening to this on Spotify or on Apple Podcasts, you can also hit follow or subscribe, so you'll be notified and you'll see all these episodes as soon as they're uploaded. But thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you guys next week.
Peace.